So those kind of moments of power are quite addicting or addictive. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, let's go to the first question.
Okay. Since you started acting as Joffrey at such a young age, did you find it emotionally difficult to do the things that you were requested or required to do?
Thankfully not, no. I mean, I was like 17 or 18 when I started the part, even though I looked about like 7 years old. So, I mean, if I was actually 14 or whatever Joffrey's age is, it probably would have maybe affected me a little bit, but I'd been acting for so long and I'd played weird parts before, and I'm not really a good enough actor to actually kind of get emotionally involved with the character. If I was a better actor, then I'd feel like I was really that character and nothing else existed. But I literally just turn up and read the lines and put on a voice. That's pretty much it. So thankfully I could separate myself.
So torture comes naturally to you?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Kick him out. No, I'm joking.
Hi there, Jack.
I mean, I suppose I should say yeah, or else I'd seem like a weirdo. But no, like there was one moment where he's kind of like messing around Sansa, and he's getting Sir Meryn Trant to kind of like rip her dress and like slap her around. And obviously it's all make-believe, and you know, 99.9% of the time you're on set, you're just being yourself, and then for this weird kind of minute or 2 minutes you're doing this kind of messed up stuff. So it never feels that real, but sometimes you feel a bit creepy doing that stuff, but they pay me to do it, so you know, whatever.
Hi there, Jack. First off, I gotta say it's really weird to see you with dark hair instead of blonde. It's just kind of throwing us all off right now, but it looks fantastic. Secondly, I gotta ask, all the fan accounts are of you just being the nicest guy, so when you were doing script reads for Joffrey, was there ever anything that you were just absolutely disgusted with yourself that you were going to have to go on camera and actually perform as Joffrey?
Yeah, well, I mean, not necessarily. I mean, whenever I read a kind of a weird scene, it was kind of exciting, you know. It's like, as I say, it's all make-believe. So if the director or producer was like, so we're going to film this scene, but to prepare you, you're going to have to actually shoot a prostitute in real life to like get you into the character, then I'd probably be like, that's pretty messed up. But as I say, you know, it's like when, you know, I suppose when you guys watch the show, it seems so real and it's so immediate and in the moment, whereas half the time, if not more on a film set, you're just waiting around drinking coffee, so you don't get too wrapped up in it. But no, I kind of, it's fun to kind of play someone who does such ludicrous things, because I don't know, it's just exciting.
Oh, makes sense, thanks.
Hi, a couple of years back it said that you were going to quit acting, and then you came out and said that was not true. You're 24 now, I think. What have you been doing since the show ended?
Well, I finished up my degree in philosophy and world religions and theology yeah, it's literally the most useless degree you could possibly do. I don't know why that deserved an applause. So I did that, and then during university I set up a small theatre company with my friends in the Drama Society, and we've been writing and producing and performing shows since 2012 or so. So I'm actually going to New York to perform one of our plays in a few days, which is pretty exciting. So that's been keeping me busy, but for the past year I've been so lazy, I haven't been doing anything.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Sorry.
Hello. I was just wondering, how do you think Joffrey and the other most hated character, Ramsay, would have interacted?
I think Joffrey would have lost. He would lose in any situation. I think he's such a spineless coward that, like, you know, he would definitely be like emasculated instantly by Ramsay. I mean, obviously Ramsay's a pretty weird guy, but I feel like he has a certain level of like egomaniacal self-confidence, whereas Joffrey's confidence is slightly more brittle and could be broken with a single look or stare. And physically physically, Joffrey would lose every time.
Thank you.
Obviously between me and you, and I would win every time. But between the characters, Joffrey isn't really that good in kind of conflict situations.
Hi. So I was just wondering if your character had somehow survived his attempted murder. Do you think it would have maybe changed his character to become a little bit nicer, or try to see the edge of that? I know he's notoriously evil. So do you think it would have just pushed him past a little bit? Do you think he could have gotten any worse than he already was in that respect then?
Definitely. Yeah, I think he would have gone crazy. No, I think, it's like when you hurt a vulnerable animal, they come back twice as strong as a self-defense mechanism. But what was I going to say? Oh yeah, just before he kind of his wedding or whatever, I feel like he definitely was being mollified slightly by Marjorie. She was playing him as just a political pawn, trying to endear him to the public for whatever reason. So I think if that dynamic went along, he would have become slightly more moderate. But after the if he was poisoned and then survived, I think shit would have gone down.
Thank you. Quick question about the poison scene. Is it weird dying on camera?
It's difficult, yeah, it's difficult. Because usually you can kind of be like, okay, how would I feel in this situation if I was a crazy person? But no, it's tricky, yeah. It's because it's so lame when you see people die and you can tell they're not actually dying. So I was kind of worried that it would look fake, but they had really cool special effects and they did some post-production effects on it and that kind of thing. And the director was really helpful, and yeah, I just tried to be as choky as possible.
This is very satisfying for us.
I guess my question is an addendum to the others. I was just wondering, if it were up to you, would it have mattered for you to have Joffrey die a different way, or?
Yeah, would it be different if Joffrey was murdered in a different way? I think it was good that it wasn't. Well, obviously, it was written in a very intelligent way, whereby it was made to look like Tyrion had done it, or certainly in Cersei's eyes, or whatever. It was easy to put the blame on him. So I think that was good, because obviously it set up so much stuff. As an actor, it would have been cool, I don't know, jump off a cliff or something, or skydive down to his death. But in terms of plot, I think it was good that it was such a public forum, and it wasn't clear who actually did it. Because if it was clear, then it would all be wrapped up a lot easier. But the fact that there were questions, and it was, Cersei just kind of going, just putting the finger on her brother, I think it led to a lot of cool plot points.
Thank you.
Cool. Good question.
Hello, I'm Wednesday. I'd like to ask, seeing how your character didn't really have a good relationship with the other characters on screen, how is your relationship with the rest of the cast, especially people like Sophie Turner, who played such a important role?
Yeah, well, yeah, we got on really, really well. She's really cool. I haven't seen her so much of late, but when we were filming, we got on really, really well. I don't know, we both have goofy personalities, and we don't take ourselves too seriously. So yeah, and again, it's back to my point about the reality of of actually filming the scenes. It seems like we could never ever talk or lock eyes, because I play Joffrey and she plays Sansa. But in fact, I'm Jack 99% of the time, and she's Sophie 99.9% of the time. And the tiny percentage of time that we're mean to each other, or we have this messed up relationship, is, as I say, it feels completely fake, and we get paid to do it again. So it's not weird at all. It doesn't muddy any kind of relationships. But yeah, the more you spend time with people on set, the closer you become, for sure.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, no worries.
Were you ever intimidated by any of the actors? It's this huge cast, such great actors and actresses. Is there anyone you were intimidated by when they first came on set?
Yeah, probably Charles Dance. I don't know, just because he's so cool and he's so tall and like he's got this deep voice, but he's actually a big pussycat and he's a big kid, like he's a gigantic kid. So that was really cool to just like get to know him. But if you didn't know him, you'd be like, oh my God, he's amazing, which he is.
I just wanted to ask, was there somebody that you particularly enjoyed working with on Game of Thrones, like an actor you really looked forward to your scenes with?
Well, I really enjoyed acting with Rory McCann, who played the Hound, because he's a great actor, but also because I just really like him as a friend and as a person, and we were constantly in scenes together until he left me to fend for myself, which I haven't forgiven him for. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. I mean, like it's in terms of acting, yeah, like Charles Dance, Peter Dinklage, Conleth Hill, Lena Headey, everyone in terms of acting is the best at what they do. But in terms of friendships, I always look forward to hanging out with Rory because we just have a lot of fun and joke around, and yeah, we're just quite similar people.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Hi, you said that you were really into movies and comic books and TV shows. Have you ever like fangirled out at one of these expos and forgotten that you're a speaker?
Yeah. Yeah, all the time. But you have to act cool, like, you think that, it's like, we get to have lunch in the green room with all the other guests, and it's like, yeah, I'm a massive fan of people just like anyone else. So, but like, you have to be like, oh, hey, what's up? Yeah, cool. It's like, Bar Wars? What are you in? Oh, Star Glores? I've never heard of that. I don't know what that is. It's like, oh my God, it's amazing. I was sitting beside Chewbacca Mom recently at a convention, which was a pretty big deal.